I invite you to begin this evening by taking any comfortable position, perhaps lying in a reclined position or taking an easy seat on your mat. I invite you to begin by following your breath. Noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale. And as you follow your inhales and your exhales this evening, perhaps you can begin to notice the way that your body begins to soften with each exhale. Finding a little more release, a little more ease with each breath. Perhaps you begin to imagine the line of energy draws into your body with that inhale and then flows through and out of the body with your exhale. Tonight, as you enter into our yin practice, just a reminder about our 3 guiding principles of yin. First, we'll take each shape at your own appropriate depth. Not feeling any compulsion to move toward our furthest range of motion. Instead, in each shape, we pause at about 60% of our full range of motion, or the first place we experience mild sensation. We pause there. Second, we choose stillness. Resisting the very natural urge to change, to react, to respond, and instead choosing stillness. And lastly, thirdly, we stay for time. It's our time in the pose where we really experience the transformative effects of our yin practice. And so tonight, I invite you to begin to make your way up to a seated position. And we'll make our way into our first shape. So that your ankles being and the tops of your feet being flat is not really comfortable for you, you may want to leave your blanket so that the fold is up against the ankle and let your feet drape off the back of your blanket. That just gives them a little less of that extension across the top of the foot. As you head into your child's pose, you're welcome to come all the way to the mat, but you might want to try tonight thinking about sitting your hips all the way back toward your heels and bringing the mat up to you by bringing a bolster between your thighs. You can rest one cheek on the bolster. If that still feels too far away, then we can bring the bolster up by adding a couple of blocks underneath it. Hands can reach forward, or if you'd like to invite a little more restorative version for the shoulders tonight, maybe you reach your fingertips back toward your heels. Think about what feels the most supportive for you tonight. And when you've arrived, begin to settle in. I do have some weights this evening. If you think it would feel nice to have just a little bit of extra weight across your sacrum, let me know. I will bring a little sandbag by for a little extra weight. I think you will love this. Do it. For you. You might try moving your mudra across your fingers as a way to give yourself a focus. It's really normal. We've had a long day. Anybody else want a little weight on their sacrum? Perhaps as you're here this evening, you're able to really embrace this idea of being comforted and held like a child as we rest in child's pose, supported. So often we do the supporting, the carrying, the being responsible. I invite you to welcome the idea of being supported and held. And if you have one cheek to the bolster, you may want to move your opposite cheek to the bolster. Supported and held. What would it feel like in your body to be completely supported? We're going to slowly bring your hands under your shoulders so that you can use them to press yourself back up, hands and knees. And we're going to make our way directly into a supported bridge pose. So we're going to want there are a couple of ways to get into this. I'll show you both and you can decide which one's right for you. You're welcome to go ahead and lay your bolster across the mat and then lay yourself over it. I typically prefer, because I don't like dropping backward off my bolster, to go ahead and come into a position for a bridge pose. Feet flat on the mat, knees pointed toward the ceiling, heels walked back towards your hips. And then to lift my hips and slide my bolster, or a block if you prefer, underneath your sacrum. It's that flat, bony spot right above the tailbone. So find a place where your bolster feels really supportive. If it's too high, it may feel really awkward. If it's too low, your back may not feel fully supported. This is another great place to bring out that eye pillow, but I'll also dim the lights a bit. For those of you who are looking for a little more sensation in the pose, though there's no need to, if you are, you can always stretch your legs out long, bringing your heels to the mat. But we're really focusing on this idea of feeling supported. And so you may well just want to stay in the supported bridge, feet flat on the mat, hips just gently lifted. Perhaps you return to that sensation of being completely supported and held. Perhaps you notice the sensations that you feel where your sacrum is fully supported by your bolster. Allowing your body to rest fully into your props. Perhaps you return your attention to that long, deep breath and a slow, full exhale. When you're ready, press your weight into your feet. Just gently slide that bolster out to the side. Take a moment. When you're ready, roll to your side and gently press your way back up to a seated position. We're going to take a shoelace pose for our next shape. So I'm going to start with our left knee on top of our right. Lots of variations here. And for most people, you're going to experience sensation in the outside of this left hip. Right leg straight, left knee bent, even with the sole of the foot on the floor, may be enough for some of you. If you need a little more, you're going to stack the knees and begin drawing that left heel back towards your right hip. If you need a little more, you can add both. You can come into full shoelace and bring both hips back to heels. But you'll notice, like, my hip came right up on off the mat. So there's no need necessarily to do that. We're going to start here and just settle in for a moment. Let your sit bones both come fully into contact with the mat. Relax through the legs. Relax through the toes. Tonight we're going to add a twist to this shape. So I'm going to invite you, if you'd like to add that twist, to twist toward the left. So maybe you bring that right hand to the outside of the left leg just for a little extra support. Perhaps you noticed that your legs wanted to tense up or tighten up as you took that twist. Can you relax through the legs again? Softening across the forehead. Feeling an openness across the shoulders, across the chest. Noticing if you need to adjust your breathing to still get that nice, long, deep breath, even with your organs a bit constricted in this twist. Maybe you even invite that audible exhale, sighing a bit for a little extra release. Checking in, relaxing through the legs. And now, without moving the legs, we're going to unwind our twist. But you're welcome to add a little forward fold. Maybe you notice how this changes the sensation in the legs. Scan the body to notice if you tensed or braced anywhere. Can you relax again? And settle into stillness. Noticing your sensations in the pose. Where do you feel this shape most? What's the quality of that sensation? Following your inhale, feeling the body soften on the exhale. And I invite you perhaps to use your hands to assist you with support on the mat as you draw your torso upright if you're in that fold. And then to gently unwind out of your shoelace. Perhaps you bring both feet to the mat and just lean back a little so you can take some gentle and slow windshield wipers. And we're going to take our shoelace to the other side. So left leg can start out straight. Really settle those sit bones onto the mat and then cross that right leg over. Recognizing that what got you that mild sensation on the left might or might not work on the right. And when you find your variation of the pose, we will take a couple of breaths just to relax through the toes, through the legs, and then gently twist to the right. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, can you soften just a bit? Perhaps even in this pose, you can begin to notice what it feels like to be fully supported. Even as your torso twists and your lower body is in a twist, to notice the full support of your mat and to relax into it. Perhaps you notice the difference that mental shift makes in the way that the rest of your body can sink a little more deeply into the pose. And we'll unwind just the top half and gently fold forward into our shoelace. Again, noticing how that change in the upper body adjusts the sensations in the lower body. Noticing any place where the body begins to grip or tighten or brace, inviting just a little more ease. Perhaps you bring your hands to the mat to support you as you press yourself back upright. Unwind. Perhaps taking those windshield wipers again. And we're going to begin to make our way to a reclining position on our mat. You might want a bolster nearby. We're going to recline all the way down and then take our arms out into a T shape. So, you may want to check around you, make sure you're not about to knock over your water bottle, or you end up holding hands with your neighbor. It's all right. Just make friends. I'm going to invite you to reach your left leg long, but to hug your right knee into your chest. And then to bring your left hand up to that right knee so that you can gently guide it across your body into a twist. If that right shoulder will stay stretched out long on the mat, great. If not, I'll bring you something to support it. Looks like most of you found those bolsters to support under your knee. You are fully supported and held. Gently begin to unwind. And when you're ready, we'll take it the other direction. Right knee comes out long, left knee hugs into the chest. And then bring that left knee across the body, the bolster to the floor. You are fully supported and held. gently begin to unwind. Welcome to hug both knees into the chest, maybe even take some circles with your knees. And then begin to make your way into any shape that's comfortable for you for final relaxation. Perhaps you want to bolster or a rolled blanket behind your knees, or something under your neck, those eye pillows for a little aromatherapy if you like, or a blanket over your body. And once you've arrived, allow yourself to feel completely supported and held. Invite that feeling of someone providing deep care for you. And that for these next few moments, you can rest completely in that care, fully held. Rest. Begin to deepen your breathing. Invite some small and gentle movement back into the body. Gradually extending those movements a bit larger. When you're ready, rolling to whichever side is better for you. And when you're ready, making your way back up to a seated position. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with one another this evening. I invite you to close our time together with 3 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, audible exhale through the mouth. So exhale completely, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Let it go. May you be safe. May you be well. May you be at peace. Namaste.